Hi, I'm Sophie, and welcome to my world. Well, it's Thanksgiving, and you may not know this, but I've got a website, and on my website I have a blog that I do every Monday, and it's called You Made It, I Love It. And I got inspired by this amazing craft from Better Homes and Gardens, and it is a fan-folded leaf, which I think is super cool and would make a really neat Thanksgiving decoration for your table, for your windows, however you wanted to do it. And you know, the great thing is, like, you could have all your guests make them, or the kids could make them. They're really easy, they're super fun, and I'm going to show you how to make it right now. For this project, you'll need colored paper, pipe cleaners, scissors, the downloaded template from the Better Homes and Garden website, glue gun, glue dots, or some sort of tape. What I'm going to start by doing is taking my template and cutting it out. I downloaded that from the site. And I'm going to take my piece of paper here, and I'm actually going to fold it in half and crease it. Now, what I discovered when I actually cut my template out was that it's actually a little bit larger than an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, but that's okay, because all I'm going to do is just off-center it by 1/2 inch on either side here. And I'm just going to line up this edge right about there with the edge, and I'll fold over the extra. And what'll happen is, what's nice about this is it'll actually help keep it in place while I'm cutting. So I'm going to put that like that, and then I'm going to use my pen here that I have on hand to trace. Now, you don't have to trace it if you don't want to. You could just cut directly out by using the template, leaving it on the paper and just cutting around the template, but I like to use a little magic marker right there. And now we're just going to cut this out. Make sure you cut inside the line just so you don't end up with that marker. And you know, this is great for practicing your scissoring skills, but don't get too terribly upset if you don't get it perfectly on the line there, because it's going to be a leaf. And what's going to happen too, no leaves are perfect, right? And what's going to happen too is we are going to fan fold this. And once you start fan folding it, any imperfections are going to disappear. I think that's one of the reasons I like this craft so much. Plus, it's really super pretty when it's done. There we go. It's kind of like cutting out a snowflake. And these two pieces you can save and make into an art project themselves. They're pretty cool shapes. Okay, so I'm going to open this up now. And starting from the tiny end here, I'm going to fold up 1/2 inch. And it's about here where you can see where that little indent ends. I'm going to flip it over and fan fold this whole thing from one end to the other. Now, as far as paper goes, I found actually that I like a lighter weight paper, like a typewriter weight paper, printer weight paper, as opposed to like a really heavy duty cardstock. I just found that it folds easier and that the results are actually nicer than with that cardstock. It ended up looking a little chunky with the cardstock. Okay, so there you go. Looks kind of like a little bit of a bow tie. And now what you want to do is just fold it up onto itself. So you're folding it in half. And then take your pipe cleaner, and I think I'll use the brown one for a little bit of contrast here. And you want to wrap the pipe cleaner around, just like we would do like with a regular paper flower. Going to wrap it around and twist it. And then we don't really need all of this. You can usually get 2 leaves per pipe cleaner. And then give that a little swirly whirly. Make it pretty and attractive. And now the only thing left to do here is to glue right along this line. So I've got my handy dandy glue gun here. Now remember, you can use double stick tape if you want to, or if you'd prefer, you can use glue dots. It's really up to you. But you do want to put a line of glue right along there, and then just close it onto itself and squeeze it. Try to make sure that you're not squeezing glue out and onto the rest of the pieces there. And then just open it. And what's really fun is you can do this in all these different colors, like so that you can get kind of a array of colors and you can sort of stack them up and start making like a pretty display. Or you could even hang them like in a bunting. Aren't those pretty? And that's all there is to making your own fan folded leaf. Now, aren't these amazing? I think these would be so awesome in all different colors, all over the table. You could just use this as a decoration in so many different ways, not only for Thanksgiving, but for any fall festival. Now, if you go to the link down below or the link up above, that's going to take you to my website, www.sophie-world.com, and it'll take you directly to the You Made It, I Love It that has the link for this template and also for the step-by-step picture tutorial. So for more great stuff that's been inspired by anything that I find on the internet, come and check us out, sophie-world.com.